Look at this. It's the seed pod from the Parapara tree. Imagine if you got your hair caught in this as you brushed past. You wouldn't get out in a hurry, I can tell you. But it's more sinister than that, because it's known as the bird-killing tree. This morpork's a lucky chappie. It survived the clutches of the unusual New Zealand killer tree, the Parapara, or Hymoleodendron brunoniana. The Parapara is a subtropical with lush green leaves and carroty-coloured flowers. It's not a forest tree, and it grows mainly in the upper North Island. It's quick-growing and soon reaches a height of about 4 metres. In autumn, the elongated green fruit turns black, and that's when they're most dangerous to bird life, for the seed pods are coated with an extremely sticky glue-like substance. It's so strong it can trap birds by coating their feathers with the goo. The victims can't fly or eat and starve to death on the branches. Linda Young of the Dairy Flat Bird Rescue Centre north of Auckland rehabilitates hundreds of birds each year which become snared.
Try to get it out without pulling out as many feathers as possible. We found the best way now is to sprinkle talcum powder through them and let that absorb all the resin and work it into the feathers, and you can finally work the resin out with the talcum powder, and the bird can usually finish off preening the rest out, and it's the least stressful for the bird. Originally we used to use nail polish remover, which was very severe. Then we got onto eucalyptus oil, but that meant washing the bird, which was quite stressful, getting it all wet. So far talcum powder's proved to be the best.
So if you have a Parapara, or are considering getting one, and want to protect bird life, and who doesn't, prune the fruit in autumn before they turn black and sticky. Watch your hair though, this stuff really does have a firm grasp. Images of oil-slicked penguins struggling to survive off the coast of South Africa have been filling our screens lately.
And aid is on the way too for a penguin colony off the coast of South Africa. Their island has been hit by an oil slick, and an airlift is now underway so the birds can be cleaned up on the mainland. It's all a bit undignified really, but well worth it in the end.
But what would happen if New Zealand were to face such a catastrophe? How would our bird rescue folk cope with such a huge rehabilitation job? Well, there are plans afoot to ensure that our wildlife would get the best care possible.
I think most people would agree that it's not a question of if it happens, it's a question of when. We have a lot of oil birds now that are individuals that come in because of small residual spills from Panmure, places like that. We have always got oil birds that we're cleaning up. It's the large spill that one is dreading. If all the birds get washed up on the beach, you have to take them somewhere. You've got two options. One is to rush out with your plastic buckets on the beach and try and do what you can, and you're likely to do more harm than good if you do that. The other option is to try and move the birds to a professionally set up centre. Now, it's a lot easier to move the birds than it is actually to move the centre with all equipment around a country like New Zealand, which is a huge coastline, minimum population. So the idea then is to have certainly one, hopefully two, another one in the South Island, a base centre which is properly equipped with trained people in it, a mobile unit that goes out to the place where there's an oil spill, helps to capture and stabilise the wildlife that's affected, and then transport it back by air or by road, depending on where it is, to the main centre.
Bird Rescue needs all the help it can get. Contact them on 09 445 1810 if you can offer them support. The centre will have some funding from oil pollution levies collected from the shipping industry, and it hopes to have something on the road by November.
Hiya, this is one of my favourite spots this time of year because it's right